This is my collage Griffin Attack. It's an idea I've had for a really long time. I've been playing more with sort of like mythological ideas and how to play with them in collage. All of my images come from largely the public domain or images I've taken myself, and I twist and turn them and stretch them to the point that they are no longer recognizable or pretty much unrecognizable to the original, and it creates a whole new image out of largely work that I originally did not make. And I think that speaks to a culture on the internet, largely on social media. You see it a lot on TikTok, for example, where people take, a song or an image or an idea or a joke or a meme or something like that and keep reiterating on it, sometimes just copying without any new ideas, but sometimes, reworking it and putting it in a new light to the point that, like, oftentimes the original context is completely irrelevant to why a meme is funny or why these TikToks are enjoyable. I'm thinking of those, the ones where it has like a cutout from a movie or something and it's like a clip and you can kind of put it to 50 million different contexts. And it's not about where the original comes from. Most people don't know. And then people make videos saying this is where this comes from. And it's like a whole really revealing thing, but it doesn't add or take away from the derivatives of that original. So that's what I'm doing here. I print these out on archival ink and paper and frame it, and I try to put them in galleries when possible. So this will be like a limited edition of one. Oftentimes I like to take these mythological ideas, these creatures who have kind of a broad sort of understanding of what they could be, and then try to make that with different images. And like I've done it before with a different creature called the amphisbaena, which is like a two-headed snake that would like eat ants in the desert or whatever. And so with the griffin, it is the back of a lion. That's kind of obvious. And then there's a face like a human. And I think there's even another section that I'm not even thinking of. But I appreciate with, you look at old paintings in art history, and oftentimes, like, I find at least that the subject matter of the paintings are not important. Like, half the time I have to remind myself, like, wait, there's a narrative going on and I should know what they're talking about. And so I'll go back and I'll think about, like, what is the subject matter? Because I think what's really important for the artist, especially before a time where art was more about like individuality or like making a statement, sometimes, especially in the past couple of decades, it was really just like the subject was predetermined by like the church or some rich guy, or like, it's more of just like setting the stage for what's actually important to the artist, which was depicting characters or like the compositional lines and color schemes and just the more technical aspects of painting. Especially during a time like the Renaissance, for example, where painting was more of a craft similar to like woodworking, that's really delicate and high value, but it's not like, there's no deeper intention of the artist, let's say. But it's all kind of like this process of give and take and just thinking of subject matter that would be interesting and how do I portray that in this digital way.